Hello and welcome to my video lecture on adding list boxes to your data entry forms, to your HTML data entry forms. As you can see here, we're looking at an index HTML file. It's got a header section, the body section, and here is our form section. And what we want to do is, besides having a couple of text input boxes associated with first name and last name, and another text input box associated with an email address, I want to add a list box to this. So here I've got a template file that I use to store a list box. So we're just going to grab that. We'll copy that. We'll put that into our index HTML file. I'm going to tab that over, make sure it's nice visually. And here's my select. So you start off, it's a select element. In this case, the name is toppings, as if I'm putting toppings on a pizza. It allows for multiple selects, and the size is 4, which means it's going to show 4 when it opens up. So here is what the form looks like currently with our first name, last name, and email inputs. Once we go down here and we save the changes to the index.html file, we can go back to the browser, refresh that, and we see our list box. We see the label is toppings, and then the first one that's selected is sausage, but we can click around. If you hold down your control key, you can select multiple, and then when you hit submit, it would actually submit that to our display PHP file. So if you look, here's our form. It's a data entry form. The name of it's a data entry form. It's going to use the post method to send data to our display PHP file. Here I would probably want to add in another break, just so that the input shows up on a different line. As you can see here, it's the second one that's marked as selected. So this is the attribute that makes the sausage be highlighted. And then we've got our toppings label. This actually isn't the way I like to label things. I'd rather actually use a label tag, a label element. So I'm going to use a label element. Just add that in. And now I've got my nice little label element. Instead of putting a dot, I really should use a greater than sign. So now if I save those changes, we'll see some slight difference in the design of this page when I reload it. And it just remembered that I had already selected those. So if I leave it on pepperoni and then I refresh it, it still stays there because I've selected it in this session. So here's my label, here's my list box, here's my submit. When I submit this, it's going to use a value from this option group named toppings, and that's how I would reference that in the post array in my display PHP file. And that concludes my video lecture on using list boxes in HTML forms.